When did you wear 11 before? Was it high
I
school?
wore 11 everywhere except for college. Yeah, I've been wearing this most of, was it 11, 21, or 1.
Did Paulo pay you? Have to pay you? Did Paulo have to pay you for 5?
No, I've been trying to get this number since, honestly, since I got drafted. It's actually a pretty funny story to me now, looking back at it. It wasn't funny in the moment because Bismack was still here. I got drafted. They asked me what number I wanted, and Bismack was still on the roster. And I guess they didn't really know what they were going to do with him at that point. And then, like 10 minutes later, they traded him or something like that. And I was still stuck with 5 because they put it into production. And then I tried to change it the next year. And they were like, "Oh yeah, you got to pay this amount of money," and I was just like, "I think I'm all right with 5." 5's been a good number, but it wasn't me. But I'm glad I can just pass it off to rooks.
Mo, free agency is obviously a two-way street. What went into your decision to come back here and continue to build with the Magic?
Just a lot of it was familiarity, and the coaching staff. I love the direction that we're going in as an organization. I'm really close with the coaching staff, and that's across the board. And I feel like there's so much unfinished business here to do.
Coach Mosley talked about the little things, focusing on the little things going into training camp, and it starts with conditioning. And he said with conditioning, you guys are going to be playing a lot, getting team chemistry down packed and everything like that. So how does that make you guys feel, knowing that you're going to be playing basketball instead of just running wind sprints all day in and day out?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we get out here, we're playing the game of basketball. And to me, there's nothing like basketball cardio. You can get out there, you can run wind sprints, you can run the hills, you can swim, you can, rock climb, you can do all kinds of things. But once you get out there and play like actual basketball, the combination of, lateral movement, jumping, even, bumping up against bigger bodies, it all is all part of basketball cardio. And, there's nothing like it. You can be the most in shape, marathon runner, but get out there and play basketball, and because it's intervals, your body will have to adjust to it, and you might not, be as in shape maybe, but it's good to hear because there's a lot of things we need to do out there to work on as far as chemistry, integrating the new players in, but it's definitely good to hear that we'll be playing a lot.
Bo, this is a very young roster, and you're a young player yourself, but you've been through the NBA 4 years, you've been through free agency, you've seen your share of adversity. Are you looking to take another step as a leader on this team, whether it's vocally or through example, even more than you've been in the past, because there's so many young players in the locker room?
Absolutely. I think that's something that the coaches even lean on me for. But at the end of the day, it's up to me to do. Getting out there leading by example, it speaks way louder than words. But also showing the rooks, listen, here's a mistake that I've made, and you should look at it this way instead of this way. It's something that I've been taught, and that's something that I want to do.
Mo, it's year 5 for you now in the NBA, and you're really coming off a season with career highs across the board. What type of expectations and goals do you put on yourself this year, and do you hold yourself to a higher standard now that you're on a second contract and a leader in this clubhouse personally?
Absolutely. As far as personal career highs and all that stuff is cool, but I think now is the time to turn a new leaf and start getting some wins and leading this club, leading this team to a lot of better things.
What are your initial impressions of Paolo? And I don't know how much you've been able to see him over the summer, but from what you've seen so far, what do you like about him? And what can he do for the team?
Yeah, I love how rooted in basketball he is. You can tell he really loves the game. He's been around the game for a very long time. But the most impressive thing to me as far as what he does on the court is his versatility. We're going to ask him to play some one sometime. We're going to ask him to play the wing, play the post, and he's so big and mobile and agile that he can cover all of it. So what is Cole doing? Cole, that was crazy. Cole, tap him. Cole, I know you hear me. Everyone can hear me. That was crazy. Yeah, but Paolo's good. Yeah, he's really good. I think his next step in his his maturation for the game is learning how to use his body a little bit more. That was crazy. Okay. It's just learning how to use his body a little bit more, and I think that'll come from, honestly, getting hit from other players. He's going to learn, okay, I can deliver some blows myself.
Seems like you've been involved in some of the pickup games that you guys have been playing over the offseason. What's the biggest impression that you've had of Bull and just what he can bring? Seems like, listening to Terrence, it just seems like he can do all sorts of things that a guy his size should be able to do.
Yeah, it's similar things to Paolo. He's a little less physically imposing as far as just trying to hit you or whatever. But everyone knows that Bo can really play. It's just a matter of him being in a situation where we can put all of that stuff together and silence the outside noise.
This team had, we saw this team's chemistry last year. What does it mean to have pretty much everyone from last year's roster back, and what kind of advantage can give you guys as you get going on training camp?
A really big advantage. You see what Milwaukee's building over there. They have the same nucleus, the same core, but they're doing it at such a high level, and that's something that we can look to hopefully to emulate.
Jamal's spoken about greater accountability, leveling up. What does that look like to you, and what have you guys spoken about what that looks like for you guys this season?
Just a matter of just holding each other accountable, just bridging the gap between actions and words, and just doing what we're supposed to do.
Seems like it'd be less of a leash, if you want to use that word, less of a leash for mistakes in that sense.
Absolutely, yeah. Last year, it was simple. It was pretty obvious that we can play through our mistakes. This year, we have so much depth and so many people who are hungry to get out there and play. Is where you want to, hold each other accountable, and even in practices, just make each other better. How you doing, Paolo? Good to see you. 5 looks good on you. Looks good on you.
Kobe, we good?
No problem.
Everyone good? All right, thank you, Mo.
Good.